Hello there, very good evening to you and welcome to the weekend edition of Lankan News. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Let's start off with a look at the headlines.
We should fight together to build the country, not to gain power, a statement by the President. MP Sunil Hadunnetti says he is prepared to appear before court regarding the COPE report. Minister Rajapaksa makes a strong statement.
Mahinda Rajapaksat ekka business karapu kattiya gana දැන් අමතක වෙලා ඒගොල්ලොත් එක්ක business කරන්න හදනවා අපේ කට්ටිය.
Maximum retail price imposed for 6 essential food items. 2 bodies recovered from Baduvita, Dehiwala.
President Maithripala Sirisena emphasizes that everyone should come together not to gain power but to build the country. The President was speaking at the inauguration of the proposed water project in Khanna, Monragala.
The Kumbhukannoya water project bears a cost of 31,000 million rupees. The objective of the project is to ensure sufficient flow of water for agriculture in Uvavelassa and also provide clean drinking water to the people in the area to battle the rapid spread of chronic kidney disease. This is not the time to struggle for political power. This is not the time for the elections. There is no issue for struggling for political power during the elections. Today, everyone must engage in the battle to uplift the country, the economy, build a state of exuberance in the country, and solve the people's issues. That is where competitiveness is required. A struggle is required for that. Even if there is a struggle for political power, no one can hope for that because the people will make their decisions after 2020. An official has made a statement with regard to the cotton leaves. Just like a person getting washed away with the current clinging onto the branch, they are holding on to the cotton branch. When the people were bracing for the drought, the President got wind of that and called for a cabinet meeting and said he cannot let the people starve. He spoke to the leaders of Malaysia, Indonesia and Thailand. He showed that he will never let you starve.
Senior lawyer Gominda Asiri expressed these views regarding the appointment of a Presidential Commission of Inquiry to investigate and report on the central bank bond issue.
The Special Presidential Commission is the ideal answer to this because without any delay they can day to day continue with the proceedings, and the 2 gentlemen from the Supreme Court that have been appointed I think are exemplary. You can't have found a more independent, more impartial, more politically unconcerned and also clever, smart 2 judges, and these 2 gentlemen along with the officer from the Auditor General's Department who also has earned a good reputation. This is an opportunity that we should not miss, and these 3 gentlemen have an opportunity to prove themselves to the country and to the whole world.
Chairman of COPE parliamentarian Sunil Hadunnetti states that he is prepared to appear before court in connection to the COPE report.
This is the first time in Sri Lankan history that a COPE report has been able to progress so far. We have no faith in how the investigations will be conducted. However, in the meantime, steps are being taken to bring the members of COPE who revealed this fraud to the country before the Supreme Court. We thank these persons for their actions. If we have done anything that is against the law, then we need to be frightened. However, this was done on behalf of the people. When we revealed to Parliament the real image of the thieves, they were frightened by it. They are now using the money that they earned to bring members of Parliament before court. The people of this country should be aware as how these rogues are utilizing their money. We are happy to appear before court because we will be able to reveal all the evidence we collected along with the recorded statements to the public.
Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne also spoke on the controversial central bank bond issue.
Take a look. They speak of the bonds. What is the loss of the bond? 10 billion rupees. What does the COPE say about the previous government? 330 billion rupees. The COPE revealed transactions that caused losses worth 330 billion rupees. D.E.W. Gunasekara was the chairman of COPE at the time. When he was not available, I sat in as the chairman. Even though we were ministers of that government, we revealed everything. We did not keep our mouths shut. we revealed the mistakes. Remember that we did not hide anything. At present, when there is a mistake, we investigate it. We investigate it in two ways. Those days, they didn't even look at it once. That is the difference. Where was the media when we came to power on the 8th? Were there any media institutions that spoke of media freedom then? All the media channels spoke on behalf of the Mahinda Rajapaksa government. Who did we have to speak? We had Sirasa. They were the only fearless electronic media channel. All the other channels were with the other side. We did not have a single newspaper. We did not have posters. We did not have money. We had to obtain an overdraft of 60 million from the account of Dudley, the brother of the president, to publish the first set of notices. There were no millionaires or billionaires in the country to give us money. They went to the temple trees with the money bundled up in sacks. Usually, when you speak of the UNP, it is referred to as a millionaires' party. Now there is no one for that party. Some of our own ministers have forgotten this. They have forgotten about the businessmen who did business with Mahinda Rajapaksa. Some of our people are trying to do business with the same people. That is the mistake. None of them were there for us.
Welcome back. You are watching the weekend edition of Primetime News. Moving on to more local news. The government has imposed a maximum price for 6 essential food items. The Consumer Affairs Authority made the announcement in an extraordinary gazette.
The maximum retail price of a kilogram of masoor dal will be 159 rupees. The maximum retail price of a kilogram of peas will be 205 rupees. The MRP of a kilogram of Dubai sprats will be at 405 rupees, while a kilogram of sprats imported from Thailand will be priced at 490 rupees. The new MRP of a kilogram of white sugar will be 93 rupees, while a kilogram of imported potatoes will be priced at 115 rupees. The extraordinary gazette notes that any producer, importer, packager, distributor or retailer cannot sell these 6 items above the maximum retail price or display them above the MRP.
Meanwhile, a leak was reported in an oil pipeline that extends from the Colombo port to Colombo. The leak was reported at a time when the pipeline was being repaired at 4 different locations. Though the pipeline begins at the Colombo port, the Mechanical Engineers Association notes that they were able to prevent an oil leak into the ocean.
We detected the leak about 10 minutes after we began operations here. We stopped the ship immediately and began repair work. We were able to stop the oil leaking into the ocean by blocking the drains.
Minister of Petroleum Resources Development, Chandima Virakodi, noted that repair work on the pipeline began immediately after the leak was detected.
Minister, there was a fuel leak reported due to a fault in the oil pipelines. What is the current situation? A 12-inch thick pipeline which was not being used and which was in a state of dilapidation was renovated by our workers. There were 4 specific locations where our workers could not renovate, so we sought the assistance of international experts. We have also called for tenders in this regard. We unloaded a shipment today to test the usage of this pipeline because we wanted to use this to stock up fuel for possible drought. The leak did not cause a major issue. Is the state of the pipelines the cause for leaks to occur at such regular intervals? We have already called for tenders to relay the main pipeline. It will happen within a month. We are restoring pipelines that have been neglected for over 50 years.
In some tragic news, as we move on to more local news here on Weekend Primetime News, people in Badovita Dehibala woke up this morning to some startling news of the discovery of 2 bodies in a nearby lake.
The discovery was made following a tip received on the police emergency hotline. One of the bodies was discovered floating in the lake located behind a hotel in Badovita. The other body was discovered in the canal running under the Badovita bridge located opposite the hotel. Police said the bodies were discovered 500 meters apart. When we reached this location, police said another body was discovered 500 meters away. Police investigations have commenced. Police said the body discovered in a canal is of a 56-year-old local resident. A pair of slippers and an empty liquor bottle was also discovered in close proximity to where the remains were located. Authorities are yet to establish the identity of the other body discovered in the lake. Police said the victim was wearing pants with symbols of stars and had long hair. The body has been sent to the Colombo Teaching Hospital morgue. The Criminal Investigations Department arrested the main suspect in the homicide of a police sergeant attached to the Presidential Security Division. He was nabbed while in hiding at a relative's house in Anuradhapura. The police sergeant was murdered on the 16th of December last year at the residence of senior DIG SM Vikramasinghe. According to the police, the suspect is known to be addicted to drugs and is facing 4 charges for break-ins. Based on statements of the suspects, Sri Lanka Navy divers searched the Minaria tank for the wallet of the disappeared police sergeant.
As the country is at a very critical juncture in terms of the human-elephant conflict, it is a battle in daylight for wildlife officers to chase away a wild elephant that stormed into the Mirijawala village in Hambantota.
The wild pachyderm stormed into the village last night, causing panic. Officers from the Hambantota Reserve Wildlife Office, the Wundala Forest Reserve, as well as police officers from Hambantota and Ambalantota were called in for the operation to chase the animal away this morning. The situation took a turn for worse after the wild elephant entered the premises of the Hambantota International Port through the 100-foot road in Suryawava, Hambantota. Following a tense 4 hours, wildlife officers managed to chase the pachyderm into a jungle located close to the port.
On one hand, the elephant conflict was reported. On the other hand, clear skies were witnessed above the country, bringing an end to torrential rains across many areas in the country. However, the Department of Meteorology, in a release this afternoon, notes that there is a possibility of showers or thunder showers in north, central, eastern and Ur provinces as well as the Hambantota district.
Polonnaruwa also experienced clear skies today. Polonnaruwa District Zonal Irrigation Director RMP Karunaratna said that the water levels at the local reservoirs have increased to 15%. Among the reservoirs with increased water levels are the Parakrama Samudra, Minaria Reservoir, Giritale Reservoir and the Kaudulla Reservoir. Water levels in many of the reservoirs in the Ampara district too have increased. Our correspondents reported that the flood waters that inundated many paddylands have begun to recede. Although Kandy did not experience heavy rains in the recent days, today the city experienced a considerable downpour.
The foundation stone was laid for an Udagammane in the Kavantissa area in Tissamaharama today under the auspices of Minister of Housing and Construction Sajith Premadasa.
The foundation stone was laid in this manner for the 321st Udagammana project under the Samata Sevada Model Village project in the Kavantissa area in Tissamaharama. They heavily publicized and held a rally yesterday. They said on the stage that the country is heading towards disaster and they are attempting to save the country. While saying that, Karuna Amman gets onto the stage representing Mahinda Rajapaksa. He gets onto the stage and says that he came there to show his gratitude to Mahinda Rajapaksa. Who is this Karuna Amman? He is the one who bombed the temple of the sacred tooth Velik. They destroyed it. When they bombed the sacred bow tree, he was the mastermind behind it. When the attack on bhikkhus in Arantalawa took place, he was the one who perpetrated it. Look at the effort of the joint opposition to save the country.
UNP MP Bandulal Bandarigoda, speaking at a party meeting in Gaul, commented on the rally in Nugegoda.
They brought a crowd to a congested place in Colombo, and one of their speakers said that there was over 1 million people present for the rally. During the march from Kandy to Colombo, one MP from Gaul said that the participation was 20 million. The person who taught mathematics to her has taught this person as well. They have no feelings about the government's part to solve the people's issues. The Rajapaksa family desires to regain power they lost. They said the government will be changed, but they failed.
Still on the same subject, UNP MP Rajapaksa speaking in Attanagalla made the following remarks.
No matter what was said at the rally in Nugegoda, the political stability in the country is evident in Parliament. They said they were to retire, but they were not allowed to retire. The best thing that can be done for the country is for them to go someplace. If we are to move forward as a country, we need to do away with narrow political agendas and those who want to control the country and be president until they die.
UNP MP Buddhika Pathirana has called for reforms in the education sector.
Certificates were presented at the event to 800 students from Gaul and Kaluthura who completed a Tamil language course. On the 4th of February, we mark 69 years since independence. We continue to operate with amendments to the Free Education Act of the late Khanna. As a country, we need to be ashamed. We need to create an act that will meet the present standards. This is the time for educational reforms.
Well, you may even recall on a previous occasion we reported about a family that made a treetop their permanent home. Under the government, the 100 Days Initiative, we were able to give them a new home in Usagala, Bibile.
Nihal Kumara, his wife and 3 children were living atop a tree in the Atakehelanda area in Malwatta, Usangala, Bibile for many years. Following this emotional report, kind-hearted people came forward and joined the government the initiative to build a permanent roof over their heads, one which was not perched on top of a tree. The Divisional Secretary of Bibile took measures to provide them with a plot of land spanning 20 perch. Compared to other media organizations, the Sirasa Media Network brings out the issues of the people and fulfills its media responsibility. Our benefactors also said that we need to be a part of this. This family will be provided with a new and complete house in the coming days under the government the 100 Days Initiative.
The Hindu News website reports that Sri Lankan authorities had uncovered a plot to assassinate TNA parliamentarian M.A. Sumanthiran.
According to the site, earlier this month, the Prime Minister's office sent a message to the parliamentarian about a serious security threat to his life. The Hindu reports that the message, said to have been based on high-level intelligence reports, was passed on around the time when 4 men, who are former LTTE cadres, were arrested in the northern province earlier this month. The Hindu website goes on to say that M.A. Sumanthiran confirmed that the government informed him about the security threat, sharing some specific details.
A walk organized by Beaver College International took place in Colombo today.
Past pupils and parents of the students of Beaver College International attended the walk. Beaver College International was founded in 1999 and this is their first ever walk.
It's kind of the day that made available for all the children, past pupils, past parents, and everybody has come together today. It's going to be a family affair. Be the beautiful day, the life of the school. We are all privileged to be here.
Well, there you go. That's a wrap of the weekend edition of Primetime News. Remember to stay ahead. You need to stay close to News First. For that, you simply need to log on to our website, www.newsfirst.lk. I'm Stephanie Lazarus. Have a great night.